Okay, so okay, so there's effects, creator tools. What are creator tools? Save, highlight, mute mic, start a poll, top chat, live chat, super chat. Wait, what is that? Okay, so all right, so this is my first time. Hey, Squiggles, what's up? Wow, nice to see a guest already here. This is my first time trying YouTube live streaming on my phone. I'm gonna keep doing this until the battery runs out. I'm at around 80% right now. I have a big mural that I'm working on. Um, I think you might have seen this in earlier videos. I'm gonna try to finish it today. Today, if not today, then within the next couple days. I want to finish it before Friday. Um, oh, that's awesome. Well, thank you. Um, I normally stream on Twitch, so this is going to be different. I don't know who's going to come in here from YouTube because on Twitch I have a set of regulars, but I'm going to experiment with doing it on YouTube today, and we'll see how long the stream lasts and if it goes well. Hopefully, some people drop by. Thank you, Squiggles. I appreciate that. So I'm gonna so this here is my lift. Well, it's the church's lift. I've been using that to get up and down. You can see my little my phone stand right here. I'm going to be using that for streaming. We might get a lot of shaky camera going on, but that's what we're going to be doing. So I'm going to walk you guys through. Hey, Parker, what's up? It's nice to see people dropping by on YouTube instead of Twitch. Yeah, this is my first time, Parker, as you can see, my first time doing it on YouTube, streaming instead of Twitch. I'm going to bring my water to the bathroom, and there's workers here, like construction workers and stuff. So you might be hearing their voices. Gonna head over to the bathroom and refill my paint water. So I want to keep this exciting for you guys. Uh, try to not have any too much downtime because I know on Twitch I tend to have a lot of downtime. So let me turn the camera around here. I'm gonna pour out some of my old paint water from yesterday. I was doing trees, so you can see I have green water here. Let me know if you guys can hear me okay over the fan on in the bathroom. Just gonna refill those. Gonna empty out the bucket as well. Yeah. Okay, great. Oh shoot, I didn't really clean out my brush with soap yesterday. I hope I cleaned out the brush good enough so that it's still usable. It's amazing being able to work on big paintings like that. I once got the privilege of working painting backdrop for a stage once of ancient Greece. So amazing to do. That's awesome. How did it look? Okay, great. Great. Make sure the water is very clean. I have 2 buckets and 7 cups. I keep 1 bucket on each side of the lift so that no matter what side I'm on, I have easy access to a bucket because I notice I don't like walking back and forth. Um, okay, so next one here. I was interested in streaming on TikTok, but you need 1,000 followers to stream on TikTok, which I just barely started on TikTok. I know I'm way behind the curve on this kind of thing, but TikTok's algorithms go crazy. I have basically 0 followers on TikTok, but I'm also kind of in the middle of like a rebranding thing. I have a new YouTube channel as well, but I don't really want to do anything on it yet because this channel hasn't reached scale, I think, and I still have a long way to go with this channel. And I think that you know, just trying live streaming with this is going to be um, really an experiment today. We'll see, because I have 4 times the amount of followers here, or almost 4 times the amount, more like 3.5 times the amount of followers on YouTube than I do on Twitch. But I've been on Twitch since 2016, while my YouTube channel has been growing due to like a set of videos that I made and just connecting with people in general. So hopefully this is a fun time for you guys. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. First time streaming here on YouTube. Let's get the bucket water out. And then we're going to bring it back up on the lift. We're going to try to get a good camera angle. YouTube recommended that I do a vertical stream because then it shows up on people's like shorts feed and people's live feed as vertical. So yeah, we'll do a vertical. I mean, it looks better on phones, so that makes sense. You know, the audience, people in general, is going to be much bigger on people's phones than on computers. You know, I'm not living in the old days when most people are on computers. Most people are on their phones now. But yeah, we'll experiment with a lot of things. We'll see how good the battery usage is. I have a friend coming later who has an extra external battery for me. He brought it yesterday, but I didn't really have the chance to use it. So if he brings that for me today, it'll extend the length of my stream. Hopefully I don't have any connectivity issues. I'm on 2 bars of 5G on my internet. I'm on my family plan, which has unlimited data. My mom's family plan, which is nice. So, okay, so I set up the buckets here. Let's get on the lift, set up the camera. Okay, so here, right here, looks like the bristles, I didn't wash all the green out, but it looks like the bristles are okay. It looks like there might be some dried green in the middle of the bristles there, but it doesn't look like it's too bad. That's on for not washing this out well yesterday. Now it's green, but that's okay. Okay. I've been using these styrofoam plates as pallets. Those I got a bunch of paint bottles lying around because I'm not doing the sky anymore. We're gonna work on the whole thing today. So let's go ahead and fill out the bottom here, these pillars. I got pillars here. Yeah, it was just yellow originally. Got pillars here, and then the floor. They have this tape here for where the altar and the tabernacle are going to be for the church. I don't really need to paint in there too much. I might take the tape off though. I think if anything, I can start on getting in a base color for these pillars here. So hey, yep. So that's a close up there. It's 27 feet high, so it's so big. So let's get the pillars going. I'm gonna mix yellow, brown, black and white, obviously. Black and white, yellow, brown. I think I'll just use some of the base colors I have and just try to get some shading in. I'm not going to use actually the big brush. I'll try to use the medium brush for this. So I think I'll start with the tops and then work my way down. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I don't want to waste too much time, so let's just get started. I'm going to drive the lift a little bit so you guys can see. It's going to be a fun experience. Hopefully the lift didn't run out of battery because it looks like I forgot to plug it in yesterday. If I forget to plug it in, then I lose some time because then I got to plug it in and charge it. Okay, so let's set up here. I got my phone stand. Okay, right there. I'm gonna rotate it a little bit so you guys can see the wall. Whoops, I accidentally took a screen. Let's rotate this a little bit so you guys can see the wall a bit better. There we go. So this will be our angle. It's gonna be shaky because it's on a stand that's like not very stable. So it's hooked onto this, but it's on like a long bendy tube. I'm surprised to see how good the video quality is for a live stream phone. Yeah, I mean, I got unlimited data and I got a iPhone 11 Pro. Looks like my internet speed is pretty good, so that's good. Let me know if there's any audio problems because yesterday I was losing audio on my Twitch stream. Okay, so let's start mixing paint. I'll bring you guys with me here. Okay. It's gonna be noisy. Okay, I have a plate that's like pretty much gray. I'm gonna be using gray, a little bit of brown for the pillars. I really like this color here. I really like this color right here. It's kind of greenish, brownish, beige. It looks really green through my phone, but it's not that green. So I'm gonna open that up using my blade here. Shaking this isn't too bad since you're streaming vertically because it's visible enough in the phone. Stay focused. Good. That's good. Good. Thank you for the feedback, Squiggles. Going to be doing a lot of these things one-handed for now, which is fine. Don't need too many hands for this. Just don't want to get any paint on my phone. I'm wearing jeans today while I paint. I'm going to be here, honestly, streaming. If I can keep the stream alive, for like 5-6 hours, then I could totally do that. But we'll see. We'll just see how it goes. We'll play it by ear. Okay, I'm gonna get some of these colors on my palette knife here. Got some paper towels left to it. It's honestly a mess on this lift. That's okay. Okay, we'll get some of this color here. Just gonna use my palette knife. This is how I've been doing it. Just kind of going like that, and kind of dragging it onto the plate. Keeping it simple. I'm gonna grab a lot of this color for now. Add a little white for highlights. Yeah, that was nice. Okay. All right, so let's get that lid back on there. Paint bucket. I'm gonna grab some black and white as well. I'm gonna bang this closed. Open up the white. Why is this so satisfying? I don't know. I'm happy that you find it satisfying because I've been doing this like pretty often lately, and I've gotten used to the process. That right there. Just kind of tap it so it doesn't drip too much. Get some white on there. I don't know if I'm going to be using that much white, but just enough to get some highlights in when I need it to mix. Just peel some of that off. I'm going to rinse it off a little bit. I don't want to waste too much white, but I'm going to try to get that wet so I can go into the other colors without disturbing the colors too much. Okay, let's bang this closed. So my goal here, hopefully this is enough paint to fill in the pillars. I'm gonna grab, I think I need to grab black and brown. Let's get black next. So I'm going to be putting a white palette knife. Honestly, I'm not using too much discipline when it comes to, dipping the palette knife in these colors. I don't really care that much. I just need them. I don't need to keep the colors super pure. Yeah, I'm not using too much discipline with this. I don't need a ton of black. That's probably enough. Black is a very strong paint. This is acrylic paint. Mixing any kind of black into anything is going to overpower the color. I'm just needing a little bit of black for shadows. So I'm honestly going to use a lot of that beige and white. Last color we're going to need is the brown. Now I have those little paint bottles, which I use more in the sky and the mountains because they were pre-mixed specific colors. But for these pillars, this is more of a man-made object. So keeping the colors very simple is going to be easiest. I'm going to be mostly using black and white for grays. Rejected that call. I'm not trying to take any phone calls right now. Got to keep the stream alive. So again, I'm gonna keep the stream going until my battery is dead, or you guys can hang out with me as I charge my phone later. We'll see. I really don't know how long the stream is gonna go. It seems that phone calls are not interrupting the stream, which is nice. Let's wash this palette knife out. You guys can see me beat the devil out of it later too, and even a little bit right now. Let's do it. Bob Ross action. Just gonna peel it off there. Just get it on the bucket. I don't care. Wipe it down a little bit on this paper towel. I got a few of these lying around. I could always get more paper towels. Okay. Let's go. Yeah. I gotta beat the devil. Just beat the devil out of it right there. I've been doing that. It's so satisfying. Yeah. Honestly, I have been very inspired by Bob Ross for this whole mural. The mountains, the trees. Honestly, I learned how to paint them from him. My trees are not very good, but I haven't added the shading. I've just done a base green for the trees. Haven't done any shading yet. That was like the last thing I did yesterday. So, but I want to fill up the whole mural with base colors today. So that means finishing the pillars today, doing the ground, some grass. After all the base colors are in, I have free reign to go up and down and just fix things. So yeah, that's going to be my goal today. 12:10. I have about 6 hours. Got plenty of time. Just want to make sure my time use is efficient. All right. So I'm not really going to be going up and down too much in the lift right now because I want to focus on the pillars. So there won't be too much shaky cam. I'm going to be using my combo. I have two brushes here. My small size brush. Maybe I should change the angle back so you guys see me a little bit more. Yeah, there we go. This is good. Now this is Bob Ross right here. This is the joy of painting. Reincarnate. Got my apron. I can tell you guys a story about this mural. So my local parish is buying a new building. They bought this new building, cost I don't know how, like $1 million or something like that, $1.5 million, however much it cost. During this whole new building thing, a bunch of stuff has gone on in my life. If you guys have followed my recent videos, a lot of stuff has happened. Yeah, but not going to talk about that. I'm just going to talk about how this happened. I was at my local church trying to get an application for baptism for my son. While I was doing that, the priest showed me a picture on his phone saying, "Hey, this is how I want the wall to be." He knew I was an artist. He's like, "Hey, you want to paint it?" Basically. And I said, "Sure." This was like a couple months ago. And basically, long story short, here we are. But the nice part of the story is that they provided all the paint. I feel like a lot of blessings have come to me as far as like this opportunity because they're just giving me all the paint. Um, the church is paying for it. I'm not getting paid for the project itself, but I'm going to use it as an opportunity to basically advertise personal business after this with the church. So that's what it's going to be. So now let's find, I'm just going to use this raw color of that beige color I was using. Just put it here onto the thing and see how that looks. I think it's too yellow, and there's a lot of yellow in this piece. So I'm just going to mix it with the white and just see. Oh, you guys can't see that right there. You guys see that? Yeah, that's the color right there. I think, yeah, I should get a, the angle, I think the angle is fine. Even if you guys can't see what I'm painting directly in front of me, you guys will be able to see the overall thing. So I like to dip the brush in water while I'm mixing these things. It's going to be a mix, yeah, just a constant, like basically a 50-50 mix of the beige and the white. I can get that color in, just start painting it right there. So underneath here is where the brown is going to come in, where the form shadow is going to be. And I need to layer this on really well so that I might have, maybe I should use the big brush for this part. Already just looking at what you have already put down, people love it. Yeah, I hope so. I mean, the worst critic is going to be me and maybe other artists. I'm sure my wife will have things to say. Yeah, let's use the big brush for this. Just beat the devil out of it. Ooh, I can put this in my little apron. Oh, look at that. Oh, the little things in life, huh? I need the little things in life lately. The big picture of life is way too crazy. It's the little things that keep me going right now. Yeah, I'm just mixing with the brush. I'm not trying to use palette knives right now. It'll take too long. There we go. Just a white and beige mix. I'm gonna go up and down the side of that this top part. So I know, yeah. I need his spirit right now. The spirit of Bob come to me in this church. Okay, we're lifting. We're lifting. I gotta drive a little bit away from the wall. A little bit that way. We'll lift. Lift slightly. So yeah, I'm gonna move a little bit away from the phone as I go to that side. If you guys let me know if the volume is still okay all the way from over here, so you guys can see the joy of mural painting today. That's what our episode is called. You know what though? I think the pillars were supposed to continue going. Like there was a more. I think there was supposed to be more, and I might have to have my friend help me later when he comes to see if we can get a straight edge, or if I should just stop it right here and let that be. No, yeah, I should just stop it right there because yeah, I'll just stop it right there. So I will just paint this. We'll keep it as is. I don't want to make any crazy changes right now. Try to keep my stroke horizontal, very horizontal, right there. Nice. And I got water over here too. And I'm going to be back and forth to read the chat. It's a good thing. Somehow the volume didn't change at all. Nice, perfect. It could be the acoustics because there's a wall right in front of me. Maybe that's going to help. Plus, it's a church. So the acoustics in here are going to be good. Oh, you know what also? It could be my AirPods. It could be the fact that I'm wearing AirPods and you guys are, maybe it's picking up the mic from my AirPods, not my phone. Oh, wow, this is good. This is good. This so far this experience has been better than Twitch for me. Better than Twitch. Am I gonna make the big jump, the big conversion? I don't know. Both channels are monetized, but on Twitch, getting a new subscriber gives me $2.50, so that's nice. Whereas here, I know people can do the super thanks thing. I've never gotten it before. We'll see what happens. I've never the I don't know. My YouTube has more followers, but Twitch, I think, is more money per viewer. I don't want to talk about money too much, but I am poor, so we can talk about it. We all need money though, because I'm preaching to the choir. I know everyone, and then everyone is poor. Everyone is poor unless you're not, and you know when you're not. And I watched a video recently by Veritasium on what makes people truly happy in life. It's a combination of physical health and having good relationships. I don't know if I quite finished the video, but those are going to be the two main things. And honestly, both of those things in my life have like gone down, I would say. The good relationships in my life, I've lost many of them due to my own mistakes. And physical health, that's something that is a kind of a daily effort, and I don't always put in that effort, so okay. So this is just going to be a base for now. Let's go here this way. Now the challenge here is I'm going to have to keep the line straight according to the perspective line that I drew with a pencil. So I'm just going to take this stroke. This is going to be satisfying right here. I'm going to take this, I'm going to go down slowly right across my pencil line. Get that nice and straight. I'm going to turn the brush around, get the rest of the paint off of there. Right there, right there. Nice. Ooh, Bob Ross, the spirit of Bob Ross lives. This setup works. Yeah, I agree. That makes sense because I can see the brush again. Really nice. The volume is consistent. Perfect. Yeah, I'm happy that it's actually using the mic from my AirPods. Cool. Okay, so now we can get, the paint's pretty wet here. Just fill in this area. Make sure I have enough white mixed in there so that I get that light beige color. Overall, the color is like not consistent all throughout, so I really just want to fill in the pillars today and then work on the rest up top later. Now, when my friend does come with his external charger, I hope that like maybe it can give me like a perpetual charge, like if I charge it with the external charger, then he charges the charger in the plug, that we can get like a never-ending stream going. Then I can give you guys like 24-hour mobile streams. That would be crazy. I asked my mom recently, hey, do we have unlimited data? She's like, yeah, we kept using too much data, so I got unlimited. So might as well use it, Unlimited is it really means unlimited. So if you have unlimited data, take advantage of it somehow. Unlimited means both upload and download. So I'm taking advantage of that unlimited upload data by doing a live stream. Those two things affect each other a lot. It's hard to do self-care when you don't have many good relationships. Hard to keep good relationships when you don't care for a healthy amount. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. That means a lot. So, oh, you know what? It does have to keep going up. It does, because the way I drew this is that you can see the pillar underneath. So actually, this line is going to have to keep going up. So I'm going to have to take a ruler or a straight edge and continue this line upwards. So this part is a mistake. I'm going to have to take a straight edge and go this way. So I'm going to have to like basically go up here past the tree. And it's actually going to end up covering the tree, I think. The problem is I don't want to just freehand it because I need a straight line. I'm going to wait for my friend so he can help me. I'm not sure what time he's coming, but I'll just keep going down, and I'll leave the top of the pillar for later. So we'll go down a little bit. We'll go this way. I appreciate the, I know you appreciate my commentary, and that's good. And I appreciate your commenting in the chat because, you know, one of the big things about live streaming in general is like it gets lonely if you have no one in chat. You feel like you're talking to just air. You feel like you're just talking to no one, and that can get discouraging. See, the thing about Bob Ross is he was doing a television program. Like he would record it, not really knowing who would watch it or how many people would watch it, but it kind of takes the pressure off. It's like if you don't have a live chat, then and you can't see the amount of viewers you have, then you don't really have to care about immediate feedback. But since this is a live stream, immediate feedback is part of the experience. So you want to make that experience good for the people watching, but then it kind of like reflects on you, like, is your stream bad if no one's here, so you get that like anxiety a little bit. Yeah, but I'm gonna try. It's one of those secrets of like live streaming nowadays. It's like you just got to have that confidence that what you're doing is good, that it's entertaining. I'm not really a boisterous figure. I used to try to be. On my old Twitch stream, I used to get really energetic. I used to dance around, listen to music, yell a lot, laugh a lot, joke around a lot. My life has changed a lot since then, and I've been trying to come into my own as this more mellow guy. And a lot has happened in my life lately where I don't know. I just don't have the energy for being an entertainer. I'm not an entertainer. I don't consider myself one. I'm just a guy, and right now, I'm just a painter. Yeah, the lift makes a very high pitched sound as it goes downward. Okay, so that means there's a little lip underneath this tall one, and I need to make sure that that's a very thin line. So I'm just this one right here. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to paint it as a small strip later because it looks like the perspective lines kind of got thrown off up there as they went down. They kind of got wider as they went down, which doesn't make any sense. So let's see. Which is the right line? I think it's going to be this bottom line here. Yeah, the bottom line. That's going to be the line where it stops. Think about lunch. Yeah, exactly. So it's just you here, and even just reading your stuff is like it fades upward. Like I can only see like 3 or 4 comments. So on Twitch, you can like scroll up and read them all. But since I'm on mobile, if the chat goes too fast, I won't be able to read everything. So that's going to be different for me. I might miss people's messages, unfortunately. But then it incentivizes, the message highlight. I wonder if I get an audio cue for that. Thank you, thank you. Maybe we'll head up there just to show the stream. I will today because I need to work on that fade. I don't like the blue up there. I want to fade into like this light greenish blue. Okay. So I know I have to basically paint over these pencil lines so that with the acrylic paint, it layers on and removes the pencil lines. But right now I need them because it's going to guide my perspective. See, if I paint over it like that with a curved line, which I did just now, I'm gonna lose it. So I need to make sure these lines are straight. There's gonna be a lot of danger in here. So I think I just gotta lay in the base color with with this wide brush, wet. And then once I use my smaller brush, I'm gonna have to do it more precise and maybe a little more dry. So we'll go up this way. Yeah, we'll lay it down wet, like that. So we'll see. I mean, I'm just happy that you came in right in the very beginning of the stream, Squiggles, because it's very encouraging for me. It shows me, hey, maybe I can continue with YouTube streaming because people came, and then Parker came, and then I don't know who else is in chat. Yeah. So if you guys want to follow my new social medias, might as well plug it right now since you guys are here. So I am kind of evolving away from the Chokenator name. I've had this name for more than 20 years. It doesn't really mean anything, you know, it's just a name. My cousin made it up. It kind of stuck with me just as a catchy name. But you know, I just use it as a name by default, but a lot of changes have happened in my life, and I'm kind of trying to curate like my art and my life in general, because art is like a reflection of what I experience in life. But I have a new brand called Opus Lilium, which is more focused on my kind of expressing my religious faith in my art. I'm a Roman Catholic, as you guys might know, and I've been focused more on religious art lately. I have not posted it on my Chokenator Instagram, but I have posted it on my new Instagram. And in fact, on every channel, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, I have that as my new name. So Opus Lilium, OPUSLILUM. I would recommend looking for me on Instagram first because that's where I actually posted some drawings. I have some saint drawings. Maybe I can type it in chat here. Now this will be my first time trying typing in chat. Let's see if I can type here. Can I type? I don't think I can type. Can I type? I can put user in timeout, hide user in the channel, add as moderator. Hey, you guys want to be mod? I'll make you both mod since you're the first people on my stream. Standard moderator, managing moderator. Managing moderator can manage blocked words and change chat modes in live, and also has capabilities of standard moderators. Can review and move chat messages and put users in timeout. Let's go standard moderators for both of you. Why not? Why not? I have been getting notifications from Opus Lilium saying there's a stream, but I didn't click on it because I forgot. Yeah, that's me. Yeah. I guess that's on Discord, right? Yep, that's me. Yeah, I guess I did not. Not everyone caught the announcement that I'm changing my name. I changed my name on Twitch, so that's big. Here, I'll get this. I'll get a wet stroke here, so we can still see the pencil. We don't lose that pencil. Just a long wet stroke. Now I need to figure out a shadow color for underneath. This is going to be hard because this is so geometric, and I need to make sure I get the right color and very consistently. So we'll use a brown and a black here. Let's mix that. Let's keep that beige color in there as a part of it. Okay, so we're going to play with this. That's very dark, but that might be right. This might be right. That might be too dark. Is it too dark? Let's try this. Oh, this is so scary because I need to keep the lines perfectly straight. Oh man, this is going to be hard today, guys. This is going to be a challenge. Because with mountains, trees, and clouds, I don't have to be that careful with my strokes. But with geometric shapes, ooh, this might take more time than expected. I just got to be very steady. Yeah, yeah. It's and thanks for being. Yeah, exactly. That's why I wet it, so so you get that transparency. It's a little bit of paint and some water. Now another question is how. Okay, so this line here, over here, is going to be where the shadow ends. So I'll mark that too. So it's this line right here. I need to make sure I know which one I'm tracking. It's going to be this line right here, right above. Looks like I made the green mark in the right space, in the right place. Right there. And then the rest of this is going to be shadow. Okay. Don't want to rush anything for the geometry here. Get those geometric shapes in. Okay, again, we're going to remix black, brown, and beige, and a little water, so I get a color that lasts. Got to keep it consistent. Yeah. Let's get a straight stroke right here, right at the edge. Nice. Isn't that straight stroke very satisfying? I feel exactly like Bob Ross right now. After I got that satisfying stroke, I turn to the camera and I'm like, isn't that satisfying? Now, isn't that satisfying? Since I have my AirPods in, I don't have to talk too loud, so I could use a gentler voice like Bob Ross. I don't know. I'm just going to be myself, not going to think about it too much. It's good to know, though, that I don't have to worry too much about my volume. Just going to keep getting these strokes in. We're laying in base color today. The voice impression. Let's see. If you make a happy accident, maybe it'll just look like an intentional dent in marble structure. Yeah, that's it's an. We can make it look like an old structure. My hands shake so much. I know, right? Yeah, that's like. I don't know if it's something that's natural talent or if it can be trained over time. Like, imagine the type of DNA you would need to be like an archer, like professional archer, just to be that steady. Like, apparently, professional archers, they can feel their own heartbeat, right? They can feel their heartbeat, so that they release the arrow between beats, so that there's no so that they're. I know that's something that it sounds like something that can be trained, to be honest, but that is one thing that they do. The professional shooters, whether it's gun shooting or archers, they shoot between heartbeats. Let's get that color here. Now that came out a bit dark. Get a little more white in there. And I need water. I got a lot of paint loaded in my brush right now. Gonna make sure I keep it wet though, because if I have a lot of water in my brush, it's gonna dry out real quick. Ooh, that's dark. That's dark. That might be okay though. Blend that together. And the stroke has to be with the perspective lines too. I think that's important. I could do a little bit of horizontal strokes as well. It doesn't have to be like perfectly, I don't know, it just helps a little bit if we keep the strokes a little bit more invisible. Now, if the pillars are going to be the same color as this, that means I have to really manage like how deep the shadow is. If it's going to be darker on that side, at least I have the right colors on me. Okay, so now this is just going to be a matter of filling it in. Whoa, that is epic. I've never heard of that before. Feeling around tense situations they intentionally calm themselves. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's a lot of management that has to be done. Like, let's say you're in an Olympic tournament, the stakes of each shot is going to be a lot higher. But the thing is, with any professional athlete, they've grinded it out so much that you know, they've got to put themselves in the zone and be like, oh, I've done this 1,000 times, so I can totally make this shot. They got to have that confidence. So managing that confidence, managing the physical aspect with your breathing. Um, with the thing is, with aiming a bow and arrow, you're trying to stay so still that your aim does not move, and you can make those micro adjustments um, without losing your focus, without losing your aim. So um, the steadiness, you're gonna be able to feel your heartbeat. There are times when I felt my heartbeat. Like, sometimes when you're sleeping and you're staying really still, sometimes you can feel like a slight vibration in your body, like, hey, that's my heartbeat. You felt it maybe you felt it before. So the situation with a bow and arrow might not be so different, because if they're staying so still, they're gonna feel that natural rhythm that's happening and just creating movement in their body. Nobody can stop their heartbeat, so everyone's gonna have a natural rhythm and movement in their body. So I'm already out of white, so I need to refill that white. Want me to take you guys with me? Let me get a little bit more of the shadow color in with some water. So the shadow is very dark right there. I think I need to add some more black. Oh, getting these colors consistent is going to be so hard. I need more time, to be honest. Like, I think I can get this mural to a very high level of like quality, but the problem is I don't have a whole lot of time. There we go. That's the darkness I need. That nice dark brown gray color. I'm gonna need that to be more opaque also. Okay. I know you guys can hear me. I want to save time, so I don't want to have to move the camera, but I'm gonna refill my white. You guys saw me do it before. Now that whole thing is a shadow for underneath that long block. I know yesterday I was enjoying some music with my friend, but this time on stream, since it's YouTube, on Twitch you can get away with a lot music wise, but on YouTube, it's a lot riskier. YouTube is the original DMCA enforcer. Yeah, I agree. Hopefully he shows up. Yeah, well, there should be a ruler at least on the other lift, because I have two friends that are helping. One is another painter, but the other one is just kind of a close friend of mine who's kind of been my assistant throughout these weeks. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm gonna refill my white, and if you guys can hear me, I can still do some banter and commentary as I'm filling this white, since I'm assuming you guys are hearing me through my AirPod microphone. So you guys will be able to hear the sounds of me gathering paint. And again, I don't want to. I know this is less exciting for the stream, but time efficient for me. So I'm refilling my white right now, getting some more white using my palette knife out of that paint bucket. Just gonna grab a lot of it because I need a lot today. A lot of white today. Okay, there we go. Got more. I'm gonna bang this shut with my blade tool. Gotta get that in there. So I'm not really making good time, to be honest, because my strokes have to be really slow. So we just gotta keep going. Make sure we have adequate paint and water. Just gotta keep going. The sounds are still satisfying. That's good. I can't describe. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I don't want to just leave you guys completely hanging and in the dark. Okay, so we'll keep going here with our shadow. Mix a tiny bit of black, tiny bit of brown into the shadow, and we're gonna go further down here. Let's actually go down. Get ready for the screams. Oh man, that could totally be a meme in itself, like a Bob Ross style meme. I'll let it scream for a little bit there. Bob Ross had a few funny phrases. He used to say trees foots. Get some of them trees foots. Let's draw them trees foots. Like, is it not feet? You know, he would say foots. Okay, this line here is going to be the bottom edge of our the back of. Yeah, we had a long straight edge before, but it's not there anymore. Overshot a little bit right there. Ooh, that wet paint is nice. Gives me a nice gray that doesn't run out. Yeah. Yep. Quote it. Quote it. Oh man, this is gonna take a long time because my strokes have to be so slow. And I have to keep remixing the same color. This is a challenge. Ooh, too much brown, too much brown. Ooh, that was too much brown. Okay, let's see. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Okay. Okay, just gonna fill it in. We gotta go along with the perspective lines. So we're going around this last pillar here. Oh, it actually doesn't have to go all the way. That's the whole underside. That's it. Okay, so here. So this is gonna be a very opaque stroke with the full paint that's a little bit dry. There, nice solid stroke. Dang it, I went over. I think this is the part where I need to switch brushes. Yeah, I went a little bit over that ellipse right there. And I can't see the pencil, so that's bad. So yeah, I think we're gonna have to switch brushes soon because I can't get that level of precision with this brush. But we can just, yeah, this brush is meant for the large fills, so we'll keep doing that. Large fill area. This sound here is very satisfying. The bristles kind of pounding into the paint to grab paint. That's a nice sound. You guys can probably hear better than I can because I have my AirPods in. These are not AirPod Pros. These are regular AirPods, which don't have the transparency capability where you can hear everything around you. I tried out that AirPod Max, those headphones where it completely covers your ear, but it has the transparency capability so you can still hear everything around you. It's pretty nice. Yeah, exactly. Yep, I will. Just trying to mix equal parts every time I do this paint mix. Too much brown will mess up the color. I only need a tiny bit of brown. So here, yeah, that's roughly the same color. I'm getting pretty good at mixing this color. Black, white, beige, and a tiny touch of brown. There, nice and opaque right there. Huh. This right there, that's a mistake. Where'd that come from? Right there. So I've been at 2 to 4 viewers this whole time. That's roughly the same as what I get on Twitch. Maybe even better. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. That's a great idea. Oh, my dad's here. Is mom here? Is mom here? No? No, he's supposed to be coming, but I don't know when he's coming. I don't know when he's coming. I said I don't know when he's coming. I don't know. I said I don't know when he's coming. Okay. Okay. So I'm just gonna fill in this area here some more. Get it consistent. I think consistency is like the really difficult part for this because I keep having to remix the color. Like I have the option of like pre-mixing a whole cup of that same color, but I don't know. I think improvising the colors as I go is kind of giving the whole thing this gritty, detailed feel. Yeah, I'm getting good at mixing that same color. Also, the shaking really isn't that bad at all. While you're working, it's actually rather steady, probably because you're trying to make such steady lines. It could be also that too. Also, the iPhone has probably some natural. The iPhone probably has some natural stabilization, so it's probably helping. You're probably seeing some though, right? Yeah, that's true. I'm not moving at all when I'm making the strokes. So I might have to go over this later because it's still a little wet. If I go over it, it just moves the water around. So we'll just move on. So this part's going to be tricky. This up here is fully lit, so that's going to be the beige. And everything down here is going to be sort of in between with this part being even darker on this side because that one's going to be further away from the light, and it's taking the cast shadow of the pillar from above it. So I don't know if it's going to be darker or the same. I could do sort of a transparent wash over the whole thing. No, that's not very effective with acrylics. I'll just try to find the raw colors as I go. I'm going to switch brushes now. Yeah, I'm going to switch brushes now. I'm going to beat the devil out of it. Okay. What other brush? I thought I put it in my... Oh, there it is. Okay. No. Okay, so now we'll figure out the shading. We'll do it on the top pillar first. Okay. I feel a little tense. Gonna try to improvise this as I go. It takes less paint to do it with a smaller brush, but the range of coverage I can get with the amount of paint that I get is going to be a lot smaller. So it's going to change the flow of this process with a different size brush. Oh, but I can mix in circular motions now with this. That makes much faster. Yeah, we're going to improvise this. Improvise. One day I want like a GoPro level setup where you guys are not just hanging on the lift, but it's like following along with me. I know, yeah, it's so entertaining to hear it go down. Okay, so we're gonna get the shadow right here. Gonna mix a lot of black and brown in this one into the shadow. This will be nice and dark. Let's see how dark it is. Is that too dark? That might be okay. We can add in some reflected light later, but that might be okay. Now there's gonna be a cast shadow. I'm not sure where. It's gonna be like right underneath the lip right here. There's gonna be a cast shadow right there. Just a small one. There we go. See, there's little pieces of black within the bristles, so I have to be careful about getting too much inconsistency in the color. So I'm taking some water and just brushing across it, kind of fixing the color there. Gonna mix some more of that darker version with some black and brown. Oh, too dark. I went too dark. Okay. So, okay, so this doesn't look right because I need more highlight coming from right here. So I'm gonna use the beige, the raw beige, maybe with some white in it. And I'm gonna put a hard edge on that cast shadow right there. Just a hard edge. Ooh, it has to be lighter. It has to be lighter. More white in there. Right here, hard edge on the cast shadow. Right there. And we're gonna bring this down a little bit. So if the light's coming from there, this cast shadow is gonna actually curve down. That I think. But it will start to darken as it comes down here. Oh, doing this with acrylic is so difficult. Because then it's going to darken again as it comes down here. Oh, this is going to be so hard. This is going to be much harder than the trees, clouds, and mountains. Why'd I do this to myself? Make things so challenging. Ooh, that's too light over there now. Dang it. Okay, hold on. We'll remix that with brown. Okay. Thanks. Yeah. So my battery is less than half, and we've been live for about 1 hour and 7 minutes. So I might, I don't know. We'll just go until the battery goes out. And hopefully my friend comes and we can do some scientific method for the stream. So scientific method meaning like, let's take a look at what worked in the stream, what didn't. How can we make it better for the next one? Wow, how am I gonna, if this is completely gonna be in shadow, what parts are gonna be darker? My color theory is failing me now. I guess this is gonna be lighter than that part. Yeah, so I'm a little bit silent right now because my thought process right now is how difficult this is, doing these geometric shapes and trying to figure out the color theory behind like where the shadows are and where they aren't. I'm just gonna do I'm just gonna do my best right now, and then when I step back, I'll be able to see the mistakes. So there's one more cast shadow in here. I think what I'll do first is imagine where the normal colors are, and then where the shadow will be. So up here, this is fully lit on this in this part right here. So I'm gonna keep it to this beige white color with more white. So this in here is gonna have a lot of white. There we go. Go through here. Oh, that is very nice. So I have to be so steady getting these straight lines. This is very satisfying. The paintbrush is like the perfect width for this little piece between the column grooves. So as long as I get it a nice opaque stroke straight down, it's going to be perfect. Wow, that is satisfying. Wow, wow, wow. Are you guys seeing this? You guys seeing that? Go over it one more time. Oh, I think in order for me to get to cover that up, I'm gonna need to wait until that dries some more. So we'll mix some of the darker color here. Get a little bit darker. Start right here. Bring that down. I got this set up on my TV now, so we can see the details better. How long have you worked on this already? A few weeks. Several days a week. Yeah. The lack of talking is fine. We can still hear the brushstrokes, so the parts can be quite relaxing, but rush them down. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Sometimes he needed to concentrate. Sometimes he needed to get that commentary in. We'll strike that balance as well, just like good old Bobby. You know, this can really be a thing for me if this streaming like this continues to garner some viewership and I can keep it relaxing. Bob Ross kept his episodes to 25 minutes, and he was able to finish paintings. If I can get that kind of pace, that'd be great. So as we turn away from the light now, it's gonna start. The form is gonna start getting a lot darker. So I'm gonna mix black and brown into there again. Water. Got a lot of black in there. Let's go. Let's do it this side. Yeah, there we go. We're gonna bring it down a little bit. Okay. Yeah, I'll take anything. Yeah, anything. Eggs, something healthy. I don't know. Uh, I don't know. I can eat. Just water. Okay, as it turns back toward the light, we're gonna make some more lighter here. I don't have any right now. getting that really straight stroke right here. I'm pushing the brush a little bit so that it gets the perfect width. And I'll just keep going straight until it runs out of paint. I can see it's starting to run out on one side. We'll go back. Yeah. That's fine. Fish or chicken, whatever. Fish or chicken. Fish or chicken. Yeah. All right. Let's check the chat. My brain always gets so confused once it tries to mix shadows and whatever the name for the shadows and curves. Form shadows or core shadows. Yeah, I agree. I agree. How are you keeping those strokes so steady? I don't know. I'm just trying. This really gorgeous pillar. Only a few strokes, then suddenly that creature, structure, not creature, has come to life. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's really getting somewhere. Those white ones in between are going to be darker shadows. So, yeah, this is going to be the hard part. It's going to take a long time. It took the longest for drawing it too, because I had to do a bunch of math calculations in order to get the perspective right. So this is going to take work. Okay. Okay. There are tiny mistakes here that I know no one's going to be able to see, but I don't know. Our brain is so good at spotting patterns that my brain kind of goes crazy. Look at that thing. Okay, so in here, there's going to be little cast shadows, tiny little cast shadows, like at the top of the curve right there. So let's create some contrast there by mixing some black. I can tell by feeling it now when the paint is getting too dry. So I just add a touch of water to my palette so I can get a little bit more of the consistency that I want. Like that, right in here. So I want a little bit of a shadow. I'm gonna be really careful here. Right in here. It's too brown. It's too brown. I'm gonna add some gray to that. If the shadow is too strong, shadow might be too strong. Huh. This is hard. It's hard to know what part is going to be dark and which part is going to be light. Thanks for the company, by the way, Squiggles. If you were not here and I had an empty chat for an hour, it might have been a discouraging experience. Yeah, yeah. Thanks. That's what I was going for. I really wanted this thing to look realistic, so I'm happy to hear that. So here's another story, Squiggles. We got the perspective. We used math. I used, like, basically while drawing this, I learned some trigonometry that I never got to in high school. I learned some trig and a little bit of circle geometry using radians and stuff. I know circles and triangles are related because of like sine curves and stuff like that. I learned a little bit about that because I wanted to get the perspective so perfect that when you're standing at a certain point in this church, the perspective on the pillars is going to look real. Like it's going to be as if you're looking you're looking at like real pillars, basically. See right there, I messed up again. I messed up. I'm going to keep trying to get it to pop. I got to be so careful here. Might as well just use this straight stroke again, like when I bring the brush down like that, curve it that way so I can see where the edge of the brush is touching. Because I don't want to go over that pencil line. In fact, for this part, I might even be able to keep the pencil lines, just leave them there so that the perfect strokes are not lost. And I suppose if there are imperfections, it's fine because it could show, okay, like wear and tear of a Roman pillar, ancient ruins. But I'm going to try to prevent it as much as possible. And if anything, it adds a little personality, a little bit of a human touch. Oh, too much brown right there. Got to be careful of that brown, that pesky brown. That's a word that comes to use when you get older. Pesky. I know some kids will be using pesky, but it hits different when you're older. I don't like to say I'm an old man because I know there's older. There's old. There's old and there's older. But I'm kind of reaching. I don't know. I don't know how to describe this. Of course, I can say I'm an adult, but it's more like you reach these years where you can't relate to the kids anymore and you have no interest in relating to the kids anymore. The only thing I want from the kids is their attention on my TikTok channel so I can earn some extra money. But everyone and their mom's trying to be a content creator now, so everyone, it's this weird thing where if you want to make a career online, you got to get the attention to be on you. I suppose this has been an age-old problem of marketing. Like, marketing means you expose yourself to the world and try to get people to buy your thing. And there's something like the way that the dynamic that creates is like it's naturally predatory. I'm not trying to be predatory on people's attention, but there's something about marketing that kind of requires that kind of that kind of work. Okay, I'm coming back periodically to read your chat. It's almost as if there isn't a wall there at all. Actually, an opening back to this land. Yeah, I love that. Specific place or is inspired by specific places such as Jerusalem or the Promised Land or something. My friend and I, we went with a Roman Doric pillar. So it's a Roman pillar. I didn't really think about it too much. I was just trying to find the prettiest one. I knew what I had in mind for the painting already. But is there any significance to it being Roman? Sure. I mean, I'm a Roman Catholic, and the leadership of our church is based in Rome. Obviously, the origin of our church is based in Israel, Jerusalem, Bethlehem, but the current position of the leadership of the church is based in Rome. And they do have a lot of Roman structures, Roman pillars like this. I know that the architecture was built when Roman mythology was a thing, but we're doing it in this context. Okay, we got a lighter stroke right here. I want to make sure that it has some kind of contrast. In drawing, I would call this line confusion, where like two lines are so close that they look continuous, but I don't want them to look continuous. I want you to be able to tell that there's a break in the structure. So you need what's called a hard edge. So the colors have to be slightly different. I think you can kind of tell right there that there's a very slight difference, but it's so slight. And my question is, should it be darker or lighter than the one on the outside? I think it should be darker, actually. Yeah, it should be darker. Let me darken that. Somebody is playing Veni Creator Spiritus in this church. It's nice to know that someone else has an appreciation for that kind of music. Veni Creator Spiritus. Ooh, that black looks nice. That was an accident. Happy, super happy accident. This black right here, there's a little bit of black on the side of the brush, and it gave this perfect little, like, contrast. Ooh, I should use that. Okay, yeah, the black. Use the black. I should not be afraid to use the black. I think this is showing me that I need to do the inside of the pillars first, the in-betweens first, get those gradients in, and then I'll do the outside after. Because if my paint strokes go over the outside, then it just looks like it's getting, like, pieces are getting cut off, and it's not right. The logic isn't right. So I need a little water. I don't know if you can see that black, probably too far. My sister was able to visit Rome a few years ago. She got to see a lot of ancient structures. It must be so beautiful. Yeah, it sounds nice. I went to France, where I got to see the Gothic style architecture of France, where they have like giant stone cathedrals, like Notre Dame, and that's beautiful in its own way. I actually like that kind of architecture better than Roman pillar architecture. It's just a huge, just chunk of stone, and they got pillars in there, but it all serves it all serves the singular purpose of worshiping God, and I think that's awesome. So for this part, we are getting darker and darker as we go deeper into the pillars. So it's always going to be darker than that outer section because it's catching less light. It's called ambient occlusion. So we're going to keep going dark in here, darker and darker. Now, I think for this one, we can use that straight stroke again. Got to keep the pressure consistent. Straight line down. These tiny mistakes really bother me. Just going to be pushing the paint still. Any excess paint they got on there, I can push it down so we can reach further down. So we're getting more into black as we go into the shadow. I think I'm learning. I think it's coming out somewhat right. That piece near the left side could be lighter. I think I can tell where where things could be better and where things could be worse. So yeah, I think I can tell visually now that I'm looking at it. Sometimes you just got to take a step back. Hopefully they'll be able to repair Notre Dame accurate to its original self. Yeah, you know what's interesting is that at Notre Dame, they have a history lesson. They have a lot of plaques and historical stuff that you can read, talking about how the architect designed it and how it was made and everything. And they talk about how I need to make sure I have the right color here. Let me kind of rub that out. Where are we going? Oh, we're going deeper into the black here. So they had some plaques that talked about the architect and how the architect died long before the cathedral could be finished. So So it was, but to complete the original architecture took, I think, 150 years or 200 years. And I don't even know if that was like all of it. Basically, like the architecture was so intricate and like cutting edge, but it required so much resource and labor that, you know, he didn't even live to see the end of his project. I suppose the same thing happened with Walt Disney, and in a way, even Steve Jobs. It's like these people who have like these are visionaries who have a beautiful artistic dream. I know they tried to model Howard Stark in the MCU off of Walt Disney. Like those little presentation videos he had were made off of Walt Disney's presentations. In Iron Man 2, the City of the Future was based on Walt Disney presentations. Because Walt Disney, that's what he was trying to do. He was trying to create, he was trying to use his resources to create this sort of future city in Florida, and then turned it into Disney World at some point. But it was supposed to, you know, they turned it into a theme park because Disney, I guess that's what they know, you know. But it was supposed to be a city of the future. This color is off. Let's see here. No, that's okay. Now this very edge is going to be black. I can just go like, I can just put, not be shy with the black here. Black. But not too black, right? Because we still want to make sure it still looks like the same material. So we won't go crazy overboard, but we won't be shy at the same time. I gotta have that balance. Need some water. Oh, we gotta go more black than that. There we go. I think that's the right black. Now here we are at the edge of the pillar, so I gotta be really careful with the stroke. We're gonna take it nice and slow. And I'll come back to the chat and see what you guys are saying. You guys are talking crap about me. Whew. It has to be so straight on this edge. It is very satisfying to get these straight strokes coming down. Okay. 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 Whew, that's okay. All right. All right. Let's see what she said. I learned about architecture, how it was developed back in 6th, 7th grade, and there was a lot of focus on Notre Dame. Yeah, Notre Dame had a lot of different things. The flying buttress thing, I still don't understand the geometry and the structural principles behind that. The lighting is so gentle and beautiful. Thank you. But I do want it to look hard in a way. Oh, I'm missing one groove. And also I want to fix that color on the near middle groove. I gotta fix the color there. So let me do that. Really pushing the paint into this. Oop, gotta go lighter. Right here. Gotta go lighter. That's really, we're really pushing the paint here. There we go, that's better. This color here is gonna be better for this particular groove. Gotta get it lighter in there. Hey man, welcome back. Hey, I've been streaming on YouTube instead of Twitch, and it's pretty nice. Yeah, I'm not getting any problems. Uh, so I'm gonna check my battery right now. I've been here for an hour and a half. My phone is at 23%. Once I hit maybe 15% or so, I'll stop the stream. But thank you all for being here. 4 viewers, really appreciate it. Not sure if I'm gonna come back on YouTube after this. I might go back to Twitch. We'll see. Do you follow me on Twitch, by the way, Squiggles? Do you use Twitch? I feel like you've been on my Twitch stream before, but I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. I think I met you when I was like working more on Super Psychic Royale webcomic, but I don't know, life priorities have changed. I still love what I've written with SPR. There's still so much story to be told, but I can't do it now. I'm working on more religious projects. Hey, Gabriel, let's hold off on the music for now because YouTube is more strict with copyright. Yeah. Twitch is not as strict. Yeah, I know. Everyone hates copyright rules. Whoa, mistake. Oh, okay, sure. Okay, thanks. Yeah, that looks good. Nice, perfect. I'm glad. Okay, we'll get another shadow in there.
3 hours of paid off. Like,
Yeah. All the math has paid off. Well, I haven't been there recently because I didn't recognize your new name. I know it's you now, though. I do sometimes go back and read what you. Oh, well, that's nice. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I wish I had, infinite time and energy to do all the personal projects that I want to do, but it's just not feasible right now. And I have to change some things about that story too. So I don't know, like, if I can go back and just resume where I left off. I might have to delete some things, start over, or I don't know. I've done a lot of work on it already, but I don't know. I don't know. I can't. It's hard to think for me to think about that project right now. But there's so much story to be told. Like what I've put out in the comic is like with all the world building, the time I spent doing world building, character design, I've probably put out like less than 0.1% of the stuff that I've actually written for the story. And even then I was like improvising a lot as I went. And that's the thing about story writing for me, like once you build the characters and their personalities and then build the world, it's like the storytelling kind of takes care of itself because you you know what the characters are going to do in that in any given situation because you know them very well. But at the same time, because these are characters interacting with each other in like quote unquote real time in the story, it can still be unpredictable because rather than writing the story and planning it out, I'm letting the characters create the story, and that's like way more natural. So there's a lot more. It's a lot less planning and more like almost spiritual. Like the story tells itself once the world is built. And I really enjoyed that aspect of storytelling. That's the way I wanted to do it. But my big problem, even now, is I'm not good at marketing. I'm not good at promoting myself. not good at getting myself out there, so it creates a huge bottleneck in anything I make. I just whoever sees me, and I don't know how to push. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I'm just happy that someone likes to share in the whole experience of me and my art, I guess. But yeah, if you, to follow Opus Lilium, I'm gonna be, I changed my name on all platforms. This is gonna be only very slightly darker than the in the in the piece next to it. I think I can even add more white in there. More white right here. Okay, I gotta be very careful with the stroke. Also, this nice, satisfying long stroke. Damn, it's getting way too wide right here. I gotta be careful. I need to be able to see. Oh, I have to be so careful with this right here. Can I go down a little bit? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, phone is low battery. 20%. I hit 20%. It must be hard to have a story in mind when characters have their own minds. You can't really control, but it's just fun to watch your characters run free. No, exactly. That's fun. The stories have a general direction, but the general direction is based on what the character's desires are. So it's like the endings in mind for each particular character are going to be planned, but how they get there is going to be full of surprises, even for the writer. At least that's how my experience has been. Did you read my one shot for that Twitch, not Twitch, that webtoon contest with Choi and his two friends fighting the elephant? I think you read that, right, Squiggles? That's part of SPR Universe. Yeah, one of the main characters. He lives a completely separate, area away from a lot of the other main characters. So it was fun to just do his story. Yeah, I remember that. That was a lot of fun to write. But again, that was a huge competition. A lot of the people, the people who succeeded in that contest deserve their success. And I know actually from seeing the results, I had the ability, I think, to reach at least maybe top 10. But the number one really deserved it. And like, you can tell that they knew what they were doing. So, would I participate in a contest like that again? I don't think so because I can't risk using that much time for such a project where I don't know what the results are going to be. But even this, I'm not getting paid for it, so there's inherent risk in doing this project also. I'm just going to start a little bit on the next pillar. Huh. I don't know. Did you hear something about it? Okay. Oh yeah, I don't remember. Oh yeah, yeah. The winner was like this action comic with like really cool character designs, really cool paneling. That's the thing with art contests when they're public like that. Um, it's kind of like winners stay winning because usually the people who win contests like that are already professional. That's usually what happens. Ritz crackers. What'd you bring this time?
Just Ritz crackers and the remaining of the meat pies.
Oh, okay. I think my dad is getting me Burger King. I told him something healthy, but I don't think he heard me, so I didn't fight it. Huh? Yeah. Yeah. Gabriel, I don't know. The pillars are taking so long that I don't know if I'm going to be able to get done the things I wanted to do today. If I can get the pillars done today, that would be great. Um, I think I can, considering I figured out how to do the colors here. This looks good, right? Yeah.
I'm guessing the lighter side is the light source.
Yeah, it's coming from that way.
Okay.
Yeah. Not going to complain, just going to keep going. I think I get anxious. Anxiety is one of my things. I have diagnosed anxiety disorder, unspecified was the word, um, based on surveys and stuff that I took with my old therapist. But I get anxious, and I used to allow it to take over and have anxiety attacks. I haven't had an anxiety attack in a while, even though my life is extremely stressful right now, only because there is a necessity for me to stay strong. Um, I can't even afford to have an anxiety attack. That's how crazy my life is right now. I have to keep my wits about me at all times. I don't talk too specifically on YouTube about my personal life, but the um the circumstances right now are so tense that yeah, I can't even afford to let anxiety have much effect on me. It's making me really a lot tougher, even though the circumstances are like very tough, very sad. I guess the part about making me tougher is some benefit. This looks okay. Yeah, I think this looks fine. Okay. I can't quite remember. You have to be interested in participating in contests that take so much time and effort. It's crazy that anyone's able to do it. I suppose that might give the newer, more professional artists a center of art they will get to someday. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, and it's nice to have open contests, and it's fun to participate, even if people don't have expectations. Because there was people who entered the contest that I talked to that they're like, oh yeah, I don't have any expectations. I'm not trying to win. I just think it would be fun to participate, and I really appreciate that. There were thousands of entries, 20 winners. So you kind of have to be in like the top, it's like the top 0.3 percentile in order to succeed there. I could have done it, to be honest. I could have done it had I managed my time better. Also, had I known about the contest earlier, because I found out a bit late about the contest and I wasn't able to do a lot of prep work. But considering the amount of time I had, I think I came up with a great story. Honestly, I want to animate that story. It would be so cool. It'd be so cool if I animated it. Now I can talk about Procreate Dreams, which comes out tomorrow. I won't have access to it, unfortunately, because I don't have an iPad, but it comes out tomorrow. The coolest software I've ever seen for art and animation. If you have an iPad, Squiggles, you should get it. So cool. It's a godsend for animators. Okay. Procreate Dreams. I get that mid-tone right there. Blend, 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 blend. Blend, blend, blend. That's nice. But I need more shadow in there. Lost the shadow. Don't lose the shadow. We need that shadow right in here. Back edge. Oh man, messed up. Gotta be careful of the tiny mistakes. Let's get more of this dark shadow color. Load up the brush. Let's get some water because I want this to be kind of blendy. Okay, yeah, that's better. Okay. Okay, folks. I love acrylic paint. Yeah, you should get an iPad. It's awesome. Save up some money. I love acrylic paint. It's nice. You can paint, look at it, make adjustments. You do that many times you need. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's true. So my lunch is here, and my phone is low battery. I'm gonna take a break, take a step back from this, see how it looks. There's probably a lot of things I could fix, but taking a step back is the only way I can see. So I'll be back. I'm not sure on Twitch or YouTube. This is my first time streaming on YouTube, so I don't know if it'll save on my channel, but I really enjoyed this. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye bye. How do I stop it? How do I stop it? Press X here? Yeah, there we go. Okay, bye bye.